I thought I was strong doing 50 regular push-ups until I tried the Soviet method and couldn't even finish 10. What I discovered in the next 30 days completely changed how I think about bodyweight training. Stay until the end because the results shocked even me. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Alex, and I test different fitness methods so you don't have to waste your time on what doesn't work. Today, we're diving into something that's been blowing up in the calisthenics community: Soviet-style push-ups. I spent an entire month comparing these two traditional push-ups, tracking everything from muscle activation to endurance gains. And let me tell you, the KGB knew something about building functional strength that most modern gyms are missing. But before we get into the results, smash that like button and subscribe because we're about to get scientific with this. So here's how this whole experiment started. 3 months ago, I was scrolling through old Soviet training manuals. I'm that guy, and I stumbled upon their approach to push-ups. At first, I laughed. I mean, I've been doing push-ups since high school. How different could they really be? Then I tried one set. Just one. My arms were shaking, my core was screaming, and I felt muscles engaging that I didn't even know existed. I barely made it to 8 reps before collapsing on my living room floor, humbled and genuinely confused. That's when I knew I had to dig deeper. I decided to run a 30-day experiment. Soviet-style push-ups on one side, traditional push-ups on the other. Same volume, same rest periods, tracked with precision. The goal? Find out which method actually builds more strength, endurance, and functional fitness. First, let's break down what makes Soviet-style push-ups different, because this isn't just about hand placement. Traditional push-ups, as you know, have your hands directly under your shoulders, elbows at about 45 degrees, and you press straight up and down. They're fantastic for building chest, shoulders, and triceps. We've all done thousands of them. Soviet-style push-ups, completely different animal. Your hands are positioned much wider and significantly higher, sometimes at shoulder level or even higher. Your body creates a deeper angle, and instead of pressing straight up, you're pushing your body backward and up in an arc-like motion. Think of it like combining a push-up with a pseudo-planche lean. Here's what this does biomechanically. The wider, higher hand position forces your anterior deltoids and upper chest to work overtime. The backward pressing motion engages your serratus anterior. That's the muscle that helps stabilize your shoulder blades. And because you're creating more of a horizontal push, your core has to work significantly harder to maintain proper body alignment. Soviet athletes used these because they needed functional, full-body strength. They weren't isolating muscles. They were building coordinated power that transferred to gymnastics, combat sports, and military training. Now, let's talk about my actual protocol. For 30 days straight, I trained 6 days a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays were Soviet-style days. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays were traditional push-up days. Sundays, I rested and questioned my life choices. Each session was 5 sets to near failure with 2-minute rest periods. I tracked every single rep in my training journal, and I took measurements of my chest, shoulders, and arms at the beginning and end. Week 1 was brutal. Soviet-style push-ups exposed every weakness in my shoulder stability. I was maxing out at 8 to 10 reps per set, while I could still bang out 25 to 30 traditional push-ups easily. My ego took a serious hit. But here's where it got interesting. By week 2, something shifted. My shoulder endurance started improving rapidly. Those initial 8 reps jumped to 12, then 15. My body was adapting to the unique demands. Meanwhile, traditional push-ups felt easier, almost too easy. I realized I'd been coasting on them for years, not really challenging my muscles anymore. Week 3 brought the real revelation. I started noticing carryover effects. My handstand holds became more stable. My overhead pressing strength in the gym increased. Even my posture throughout the day improved because my serratus and upper back were getting stronger. By week 4, I could perform 20 Soviet-style push-ups per set. My traditional push-ups jumped to 40+ reps, which I honestly wasn't expecting. Here's the kicker. Training Soviet-style made my traditional push-ups stronger, but training traditional didn't have the same reverse effect. Let's talk numbers, because data doesn't lie. Strength gains. Soviet-style push-ups increased my max reps by 150% over 30 days, from 8 to 20 reps. Traditional push-ups increased by about 35% from 30 to 40 reps. Muscle measurements. My anterior deltoids grew a 1/4 inch more on the Soviet training days. My upper chest showed better definition, but my triceps actually responded better to traditional push-ups. Endurance and functionality. This is where Soviet style dominated. My shoulder stability improved dramatically. I could hold challenging positions longer. My core felt bulletproof. But here's the honest truth. Soviet-style push-ups are significantly harder. They require better body awareness, more shoulder mobility, and they're humbling as hell if you've been ego lifting for years. Traditional push-ups are still incredible for building general upper body strength, and they're more accessible for beginners. You can progress faster, and they're easier to recover from. The sweet spot. I now incorporate both. 3 days of Soviet style for strength and stability. 2 days of traditional for volume and muscle building. If you want to try Soviet style push-ups, here's my advice. Start by elevating your hands on a bench or step. This reduces the intensity while you build shoulder strength and learn the movement pattern. Focus on the arc motion. Push back and up, not just up. Keep your core locked like you're doing a plank. If your lower back sags, you're going too hard, too fast. Begin with 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps, twice a week. Don't abandon traditional push-ups entirely. Use both methods to build well-rounded strength. And listen to your shoulders. These push-ups are demanding. If you feel pinching or sharp pain, regress the movement or consult a professional. So, what happened when I tried Soviet-style push-ups versus traditional? I got humbled, got stronger, and gained massive respect for old-school training methods that prioritize function over flash. If you're stuck in a push-up plateau or you want to build shoulder strength that actually transfers to real-world movement, Soviet-style push-ups are worth exploring. They're not better or worse than traditional. They're different tools for different goals. Here's my challenge to you. Try incorporating Soviet-style push-ups into your routine for 2 weeks and let me know in the comments how they feel. I guarantee they'll surprise you. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more fitness experiments, and check out my video on pistol squats next, link in the description. I'm Alex, train smart, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.